it's complaining that I have third-party mods enabled, and I'm hoping that it's not going to mess up my game because of the new patch. But I'm assuming that it's because I have the mod enabled that allows for the Twitch stream to send information or gather information so that people can see the character level and the gear setup. But I don't know. I'm just hoping that's the thing, that it's not going to ruin my save file. So I'm going to take off the stuff here. Let me just go to the live screen. Here we go. Right, let us see what happens here. Let's see what happens. Okay, can you guys see the screen now? And is the sound working? Yeah. Okay, so this is going to be the last bit before Myrkul. The only thing I need to do is I need to destroy the necrotic laboratory, and then do a couple of small things. I'm just about to hit level 10, and then I'm going to go and talk to Myrkul. So that's the basic thing. And the thing I was contemplating, I didn't have enough time to finish this last time around, but the only thing that I need to think about is whether or not I want to use my Infernal Rapier now, summon the planar ally cambion, and use that to clear up the necrotic laboratory, because I don't want to lose any characters in the necrotic laboratory. Yeah, I have Mizora. That's where the Infernal Rapier is from. So that's the thing that I was contemplating to do. Yeah. All right. So probably because the thing is that the changing gear, like changing weapons and stuff in the Myrkul encounter, is not something you want to do, as you want to avoid doing that as much as possible. So probably having the Infernal Rapier on with the cambion in the opening of the encounter is going to be a big advantage, because you're going to have an extra body that you can command. But the problem is that if I unequip, unless they change something in patch 7, of course, which I'm not going to experiment with now, unless they change that, what happens is that the second that you unequip the Infernal Rapier, or you move the weapon to your Orphan slot, anything else than the item slot from where you summoned the cambion will disappear, and the item charges is not going to be refunded unless they change that in the patch. I didn't read up on that either, but they in patch 6 would not be refunded. So any item abilities that I use prior to the talking to the illithid mind flayer pod just before the Myrkul encounter are going to be wasted. But the planar ally cambion is not a very valuable summon, and if I choose to just use it now and then equip a different item for the Myrkul fight, which I will, then that's going to be fine. Then I don't need to spend a full action to switch items in and out, and I don't think I want to do that either. So probably I'm just going to summon the cambion now, and then it is what it is. I also have the incandescent staff, but let us summon the cambion and pop in here. Alright, there we go. So I'm going to leave the Earth Elemental out. It's very weak at the moment. It needs to be ready for fight, and I don't want to lose it. Same goes for Mr. Skeleton. He's not a very sturdy fella, but he is, just the fact that he's there is going to boost the morale greatly. We can have Shovel around because I'm not going to need him for the Myrkul fight, and us, I think, will also be resummoned once I get to the illithid pod. I think that's a thing, and then the cambion can kind of hang out with me down here. This guy is just not a very strong summon. Alright, let us go right ahead and initiate. What was that? Did I just fail? Come on. That was the wrong. Okay, now what? See, this is a problem. I don't want that to happen. I don't want that to happen. So the idea here is that I want to kind of stretch them really thin because the Death Shepherd is going to be really tricky to deal with under all circumstances. So I want him to kind of... I want to waste his time as much as possible. And I think there's some kind of trick where you can blow up the pots in the middle of the room so that they're going to explode or something, but I don't know how that works, honestly. If these pots are possible to explode and maybe kill the Death Shepherd right away, maybe that's a thing. But this is also a way of doing it. And in principle, I have one... Okay, you can do that, yeah. But I have, in principle, one spell slot that I could use. So that's the... There's that. There is that one... See, this is what he's good for. This is what he's good for. And in a moment, I'm going to get that sweet level 10. And even if the big guy decides to resurrect these guys, he's only going to be resurrecting one per turn, and it's going to be a shit show for him. So let's see. And again, the idea is just to preserve resources. Hello, Critique. Just to preserve resources for the Myrkul fight. That's all this is. Yeah. And in a sense, I just want to blow that one spell slot here. What I need is I need one spell slot. I mean, it's not dire necessary, but like what I would like that one spell slot for the Armor of Agathis. That would be great. And then in principle, like having a spell slot, I can't really precast anything else. So probably I have a spell slot that I can just use, and it's not going to matter. I think I'm just going to spend that one spell slot. How much damage does it do? 54. And the average is much less. Let's just try it out. It doesn't have a huge like. Now I'm going to get some more. Now my other summons are going to get into combat, but that doesn't matter much. I wish you could just like pick up the bodies or like remove them or something. It's super annoying if they had to act like this. So, and what I'm saying is like if I just spend an action now to... Oh, that's the door. Oh, is that the door problem? I just have like a wall of fire, just go all the way up there. Let's see. I'm just going to hold up just one turn with the spell slot. Okay, so there's a spot you can go to. Yeah. We'll see how I end up, how many resources I need to end up using. So in principle, the firewall, the only thing the firewall is going to do is that it hopefully is going to be slightly better than the Eldritch Blast action by allowing for a couple of more normal zombies to die. The normal zombies here seems to be the go-to for the cambion here. I'm going to fly a little bit back. I don't mind bringing my other minions into play, honestly. The only real problem is the speed with which these guys can enter the fight. I want to spend that spell slot? No. Probably just yes. I think I have a whole. I'm pretty certain that I have a whole extra spell slot.
Coming through.
We'll see. Oh, that was just the automatic message. Yeah, the thing is, Meriden, like I'm still running with the same old. Why did I deal so much damage there? Oh, it was a critical. Oh. It's the same old stuff. Like with a couple of exceptions, I made it more difficult for myself by doing some very stupid things. But outside of that, it's the same thing. It's just because I need to finish the Wyll run. It's become an obsession with me for me. So. An unhealthy obsession. Unhealthy obsession. Really? Okay. And the only guy that I really wanted to hurt was the Death Shepherd, and he's just not playing ball. I'm just going to position this guy. If he's going to die anyway, might as well just throw him in there, I guess. I don't care about the attacks of opportunity, right? Wow, they're really dealing damage, these guys. What is the attack rolls even? 13. Okay. What? Oh, strength modifier. Okay. So, because the guy... Where is he? What is that? That shovel down here. So he's currently... Yeah, he's going to be busy for just at least one more turn with other things. Probably I want to go forward here because actually my temporary hit points are better right now. Then I just don't want him to resurrect the greater zombies at this point, I think. Pretty much. Yeah, exactly. Like, it is what it is. Call of the Week is just carrying the whole thing. I'm not even sure actually if the firewall had just been there without the Call of the Week, if that would have been enough to kill the winged horrors. Because that was pretty much my worry. Like, what is... Oh, level up is ready. Goody. Yeah, and so Critique, I think what Critique was saying is that this spot is a safe spot to go to. But I haven't tested it myself, but that is good to know. Okay, so now for the level up, I will be using the armor of Agathis here because I'm not getting the next. Then I'm going to go and do the level up. I wasn't quite sure if I was getting my spell slots back, which I don't think I am unless I get new spell ranks. Spells, and now what spells do I want? Don't even think it matters much. That unless there's something I didn't think about. Fire shield, of course, is like still it's I mean, it's fine. It's not. It's fine to have, but it's not going to make much of a difference for me. No matter what. The darkness spell's probably the best choice, I think. And then we get the fiendish resilience, which is no spell slots, but that is fine because we do get the illithid part rest. Now for the most exciting thing in the entire game. Was this the wrong way? Oh, this is the wrong way. I need to make sure that I use this the fiendish resilience on the right element, and it's just one of those things. You get this ability at such a late point that you need to, I need to make like a line of things that I want to use. Okay, and then there's some kind of problem with potentially with getting your minions back up with you, but like I think, let me just check Mr. Skeleton's. Mr. Skeleton has 10 strength, so he should be okay. Because once you head down there, for whatever reason, one of these places, all of your minions will teleport with you, and some are just not able to jump back up. Right, let's see if I remember this correctly. Okay, Mr. Skeleton obviously is unable to activate such delicate machinery, so let's see if Wyll can do it. Sleep well, Meriden. Thanks for dropping by.
It is incomplete.
See if I can't find a way to survive, but I cannot promise anything. Want to, but I can't. Okay, so that is the yellow. I think it's just you just do it from this, as far as I remember. Blue. I muck it up. And an item that I've had my eyes on for a long time is, I think it's on the, it's not the sword, it's that item on the skeleton here. I like it how I can send things to camp. That's funny. Not the Blade of Oppressed Souls. That is, I think, is probably also an interesting item. Probably pretty good actually, but this is not it. And it's not the brain drain gloves either. Those are probably also pretty great. But like this one. Regaining hit points from failed saving throws against spells or cantrips. That's pretty. I think that's pretty interesting. Also, if you can cast like a spell that that targets multiple targets, then hopefully that will trigger more than once. But yeah, it does require. I think it needs to be some kind of spell that has. See, all of the friends are now down here, and I have no idea if they can get back up. We'll have to see. Mr. Skeleton is fine. Us is fine. I think Shovel is not fine. Oh, Shovel is just fine. Okay. Okie dokie. Time to face the music. So I'm not going to bother with anything else. I am just going to go and prepare for the fight. Where is it? Here it is. No, it's not it. This is it. So now the question is a couple of things. Probably I want to line up my my pre-buffs first and foremost, and then maybe rethink, and then probably after that go in there. So I need to buff the Fiendish Resilience. I need to get Scratch out, which I'll do now. Oh, wait. What am I doing? I was just about to leave out the intelligence advantage saving throw. Just for a brief moment there.
This better be good.
That would have been very, very silly of me. No, wrong way. Yeah, so if you want the circlet to work actually for you, you need to have some kind of some spell that is being resisted. But they're like wisdom should be easy to get, right? Okay. As far as I remember, all I need to do is put the waking mind in here. And have the chat with the slack-skinned head.
I guess you're no willing guest of the warrior.
My patron bids you caution before agreeing to this pact. As you
Please touch my mind.
Alright, reach
and
out
purge
and
it.
consume her mind.
All
Reach
you
out and
do, my
purge her
knowledge
mind.
will be yours.
So, is there anybody who knows if the purge, if the consume does anything for you? Yeah, an upcast of whole person, yeah, for sure. That would be like an interesting use where you actually go in and you do something which is potentially very valuable for you. The upcast of the whole person could potentially be very strong for you, and then at the same time you're healing. That could be interesting, but also situational. Does anybody know if consuming this mind is not going to do anything? Is it? Yeah. Yeah. Probably the consume. Oh, I need to look this up just for the funsies. Yeah. It seems a little bit like both of the options will give me the Githzerai Mind Barrier. So, probably redundant. Both work. Both work. I'm just going to purge. Purge.
There's nothing like
There we go. Right, let's head in there. And there is nothing that I want / need to do before. I mean, that could in principle be the Fiendish Resilience if I wanted to buff something and then change that around, but I don't know if there's any type of damage that I want to. I mean, obviously the radiant damage is potentially very dangerous in the early stages of the fight. Slashing damage obviously is also dangerous in the beginning of the fight. I'm already resistant to necrotic, so probably just quickly checking. I don't recall what I did the last time. I'm assuming I was... Why doesn't it go into the improved divine smites? Is that just a contribution there? It's just a 1d8 of radiant damage? Is that all he does? I was very convinced that he did like a big additional radiant damage hit through divine smites. So now I'm really confused. And if that's the case, then probably... Yeah, if he still has spell slots, he does normal smites. Bludgeoning. If he forces me to fall down, I'm already taking a larger slashing hit / radiant damage hit. So probably, from judging from the wiki and whatnot, I want slashing resistance for this. But outside of that, it's not. I don't intend for him to hit me, but I am probably going to go with the slashing. This is just such a powerful level 11 ability. Okay, so before activating the restoration pod, I should do a couple of things. I should, first of all, Shield of Thralls. Not Scratch, probably. Scratch is just going to die, but maybe, or maybe Scratch, because Scratch is potentially going to be close to the illithid devourers. But it could also be the Earth Elemental. The Earth Elemental is going to die and not... I don't care much about that one. Skeleton. Us? I mean, I can resummon us. Probably the Earth Element. Can Myrkul be stunned with the Shield of Thralls? Yeah, I don't know what I'm going to do with Aelin, honestly. I think it's going to be a very, very straightforward fight, like a very generic fight from me today on this character, if everything goes according to plan. Yeah. Okay, if I still have the item. I do have the item. The item is... The item is right here. But okay. I'm not sure it's a free action. Okay. Yeah. I'm not sure that I need to apply the that I need to apply the that I need to apply us for that many rounds. I think if we get the fight going and I survive the first 2 to 3 rounds of fighting with my general strategy in mind and how I want to kind of execute it, I think I'm going to be in a place where potentially the Earth Elemental is either dead or close to dead, and I will be spending a full turn an action to resummon that one. And at the same time, I'm assuming that Myrkul is going to be he's going to have radiant orbs on him. Speaking of which, I am going to just quickly go over my item setup here. Callous Glow Ring, of course, not going to be usable. I do need to equip the Club of Hill Giant Strength, which is a bit of an annoying thing. What I could do is I am actually contemplating, if it still works like it did in patch 6, to touch the illithid part if I equip the jump ring here. Once I touch the illithid part in patch 6, it's going to restore the item abilities just for a split second or something, or maybe until you proceed some kind of trigger. But at that point, maybe I could rebuff the jump. Okay, I just want to put my shield of Thrall somewhere. I'm probably going to put it on us, just because it's a pretty decent choice. He's okay on the HP and like he is valuable, blah blah. So I think I'm gonna put it there. But it could of course go different places. But if I can get to resummon a cast jump on myself, I just need jump for that one turn or something where I go to the Mind Flayer. I think that would be good. And also, to not use spell slots, I'm going to need 2 different sources of the invisibility spell. One is, of course, the fetish, and the other one is the shifting corpus. And I'm just checking invisibility is available, and the invisibility is available here as well. Okay, that's good. And the Spellcrux amulet probably is going to be part of my final setup. That's what I'm thinking. I'm actually thinking that the Spellcrux amulet, simply because it enables me to resummon the Earth Elemental a 3rd time. So I'm going into the fight with the Earth Elemental. I'm resummoning for 1 spell slot, resummoning for one spell slot. That's 2 spell slots, plus the Earth Elemental. That's 3. And then I Spellcrux and resummon again. That's 4 Earth Elementals. And so my gut feeling is saying, if Myrkul has Radiant Orbs on him, and I'm getting the Earth Elemental to trigger the if I can manage to get the Earth Elemental or some of my other summons to trigger his reaction, I'm going to be in a good position to not soak too many of the race that he's doing. I was actually considering unequipping the potent robes so that I could benefit from the plus 17 temporary hit points from the fiend background, because the 17 free HP that I get every time I kill something, 17 HP with my current stats like level and charisma bonus, is just so crazy. It's so good. But then the potent rope damage, I think, is I'm not sure that it's worth it. Like 17 temporary hit points would be exceedingly strong for so many things. Like if I wanted to throw down a firewall and slowly bring down Myrkul, do it that way. That would be very, very beneficial. I could do that for most of the fight. Just bring him down slowly and stay out of range. If that still works in patch 7. And then I could I could switch to the potent ropes at a later stage in time if I wanted to go in and deal some more damage to him. Like so many things. I'm just going to stick to the plan. But resummoning and getting those Earth Elementals at least 4 times, or potentially throwing down a firewall or something else, I think is going to be the stronger choice. So I'm just going to stay with that. The Nair Misser with the lightning. The Sentinel Shield for initiative is a big question. I don't know if being first in initiative order, how much that's going to matter. Because what I found out with my Frost Sorceress was that when the Bone Chill is applied, it's going to last all the way until Myrkul gets his next turn, or the end of the turn, the turn order. So the way that it worked, at least in patch 6, is that if you apply the Bone Chill to Myrkul or anything else, they're going to have the no heal condition for the entire turn order, so that once the turn shifts into the next round, that's when that condition is going to disappear. I am not sure that I need this spell though. I mean, if he decides to cast his Finger of Death on me, I mean, he's going to take a lot of reaction damage anyway, so I'm not that worried. Like that's not my concern. My concern is losing concentration or getting lethargic. That's what I'm worried about with the current setup. That's what I'm worried about. So none of this, and probably the Adamantine Shield is not going to be in the setup, at least in the opening. Or is it? Because the reeling is going to be even stronger in the Myrkul case. If I'm in his face and he's attacking me, and the reeling is applied to Myrkul, that's going to add even more. I think is it a minus 2 penalty? I think it is for every turn remaining. So that's a minus 2 penalty on top of everything else. And with the critical strike immunity, that means that he's not going to be able to crit me. So I probably do need that shield. And being in turn order after Myrkul, I don't think it matters as much on this guy. So probably I am going to equip this straight off the bat and fight with the shield. It would be a sad way to go if I was crit, that is for sure. And then probably the evasive shoes is what I'm thinking. The bonus action is too valuable, which is also why I want to be in the middle platform, because being in the middle platform is going to put me in a position where I can hit a lot more targets. The only reason when it doesn't become the case is in the situation where I'm frightened, and that's something that I will potentially or most likely be at least once or twice in the fight, but I want to keep that to some kind of minimum. One thing though, now that I'm really thinking this through like a madman. So one advantage that I see with me having my turn before Myrkul on Wyll here as a fiend warlock is that if I am in turn before Myrkul, I'm going to be killing a necromite and getting the fiend buff. And that fiend buff is then going to carry into Myrkul's turn. Basically giving me 17 temporary hit points on his turn. And I think that's a major advantage. So if I wanted to kind of ensure me getting the first turn, and I add in the sentinel shield, that's a +3. Then I'm sitting at 4 + 4 + 3. That's +7. And I can increase that to +8 if I want to. And that's going to put me in a potential initiative of 9 through 11. If I fail the initiative, or well, if I don't win the initiative, that's going to be at least one turn of me unequipping the Fistbreaker helm and equipping the diadem of arcane synergy, and that would suck. The question is if it would be worth it. I want to be blasting Myrkul as soon as possible, and I also want to try and see if I cannot blast Myrkul with my crossbow, with my offhand crossbow, to apply ability drain on his dexterity armor class as well. So there are a couple of considerations here. I do want to see if I can win the initiative, but I don't know if I want to sacrifice getting the Fistbreaker helm in as well. Okay, I think this is probably just a detail, honestly. No reverberation in this fight under any circumstances, because that's going to remove the ability, potentially remove the ability drain. I don't know exactly if that's going to be the case, but it's way too scary. I'm a little bit on the fence on whether or not the Blood of Lyrthindor or the Knife of the Undermountain King is truly the GOAT for me in this one. The Blood of Lyrthindor has a big advantage in that it has a passive potential blind check that Myrkul needs to pass every turn. Having this in the optimal situation, in the optimal situation, you want to be dual wielding. If you can dual wield in his face with Blood of Lyrthindor and something else, you can really put the hurt on him. Having the Blood of Lyrthindor as just like a passive check that he has to do every turn is super strong. And also the Sunbeam, of course, could in a situation be also an extra blind. The more I can blind him, the more I can disadvantage him in the early game, the better. That's definitely for sure. That's definitely a thing. And also the Blood of Lyrthindor is a good thing to have in case you should die. You get potentially maybe an extra chance when it resurrects you. You never know what can happen. So it's very, very good. Let me just check one thing. Yeah. And so also it depends on where I want to put down my light spell. The Knife of the Undermountain King is, of course, a very, very good item. The fact that I roll critical strikes is going to be potentially strong. But the safety that I'm getting from the Blood of Lyrthindor, I think, is better. Okay, I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to start the process of going down there now. Let me just see if there are any items I missed, any items at all that I could potentially want to be just in my to remember slot here. There is that Darkfire shortbow that with the extra haste that I don't want to fully neglect. I mean, just the haste spell is just so incredibly broken. I don't want to be using my arcane blessing staff because I already have. So if I'm not putting any concentration spells on myself from the get-go, potentially having the ever-seeing eye with protection from evil and good to begin with could be okay. I really don't think I'm missing out on anything here. I think I have all I need. Alright, so let me just... But that actually should also enable... That's actually pretty interesting. If the illithid mind flayer part refreshes your items just even for like a brief window where you can then use them again on some classes, that means having an extra level 5 spell slot available to you. Okay, I'm going to click now and we'll see what happens. Yeah, and the protection from evil and good actually reapplies. I will be casting the jump first. And it just re-enables all of the stuff, even if it's not going to work in a moment. And I'm getting my haste spell back, which is great. Everything seems to work the way I intended it to. I'll be equipping the ring here. And then also the unseeing eye. Okay, let's head on down there. Oh, another thing, like the Shield of Thralls also needs to be reapplied. Still like a little bit on the fence with the cambion. Look at this coterie, like Earth Elemental, Cambion, Skeleton, us, and Scratch. That's a lot of targets. And now, since I don't need to... I'm just going to save the game here. And now, since I don't need to equip the Club of Hill Giant Strength, I'm assuming like I need to go down there and see what happens once I get to the... Maybe some of the temporary stuff is going to evaporate. Then I could keep the Infernal Rapier for just the first turn, and then I could potentially send the cambion to the main platform where Myrkul is. We'll have to see. Let's go. I just need a couple of turns with the jump spell and I'm good. And I need to cast some invisibility and stuff on the dog as well. Just equip the Spellcrux amulet. Head in. Going to skip through the dialogue here.
You freeze at the sight.
And Catherine.
Okay, so that's 4 turns of the jump spell. Let's see, 4 turns of the jump spell, keeping the infernal rapier, because the whole problem is that I need to jump up here, or either behind the mind flayer here, or jump to this location, which is possible if I equip the Club of Hill Giant Strength. Then I can cast invisibility on myself and then jump over here. But it's not going to be possible if I don't have that one. Then I need the jump spell. So either way, I need a solution to get to the Mind Flayer to trigger the surprise round using my Eldritch Blast. That combination of actions need a specific sequence. And I'm a little bit worried that the 4 turns are not going to be enough, because now I need to equip the first invisibility item. Just going to bonus action something here. Just to get that out of the way. So if I really want to use the cambion for anything, probably I want to give it this one. Let's just do that. I don't think it's going to be detrimental to my efforts in any way. Alright, so I'm equipping now the first invisibility thing here, which I need to cast on the dog. And then, like, can you imagine if I could even, you know, can I even go? Can I even get to the location in 3 turns? That's the question.
Where am I needed?
This is a little bit dubious. And now the cambion resummon is gone, so that means that the items, the renewed item stuff from the cambion here is now gone, right? So that was the weapon action, that was weapon skill that was enabled when I touched the pod, and now it's gone, so it does not work in patch 7. So the whole thing about the jumping is very unlikely to be able to carry over from the illithid pod. It's too far away, basically. Okay, so that was the first invisibility, and then I need the second invisibility, which is myself, of course. But let's see, right? Because the problem is I cannot break the invisibility on scratch, so I need to end the turn like. So I want the dog to go not all the way necessarily, but somewhere here, and then because then I can kind of decide, I can pick when I want to initiate that, when I want to initiate the encounter. I still have to wait a full turn. So maybe what I should have done was cast invisibility on scratch at the pod. Yeah, thank you, Ginger. Thank you very much. Maybe I should have cast invisibility on the dog at the pod. Maybe that would have been a thing, but I cannot even. Yeah, and ungroup. Yeah, exactly. Thank you, guys. So many details, and one of them fails, everything goes wrong. So jump is now for 1 turn. So that means I'm going to lose it. I'm going to lose the jump spell. I need 1 more turn, because what I need to do is I need to spend an action casting invisibility on myself from the other ring, and then I also want to re-equip the coruscation ring. Otherwise I'm already spending an action there. But then I don't have the infernal rapier. That's a really tough decision I need to make here. Because maybe having the cambion for that 1 turn is worth it. You know what? I think I'm going to take a chance there and see what happens. Don't think there's anything else I can kind of do beforehand. It's nothing else really, like outside of moving some of my minions slightly forward. I don't even know what the range is. I didn't science it out, so I'm assuming the red is when the encounter will start, but probably there's some other kind of perimeter. And I don't want to give the Mind Flayer an excuse to go and Mind Blast all of these guys either. So
The pride of the gate.
so we're going to give it 1 more turn. Okay then. So now Scratch is he safe at this point? Are they heading back? They are heading back. So Scratch is safe in that he is still... No, he's not going to be safe. He needs an action. So even with the hiding, even if I hide with Scratch, I think somebody's going to see him. He has no movement. He doesn't have any movement. So if I move him, I move him. If I hide, I hide. And it's going to be the same result. So, well, it's not going to be the same result. It's going to be the same result. If I remove the invisibility, the fight is going to start. But Ginger, the problem is, I mean, if I can stand in this location without triggering the fight, that's fine. But I'm not sure that this is possible. This seems like a very risky thing to do if I don't know that it works. I mean, obviously, but I think Scratch already jumped, didn't he? But even so, the place you need to go, as if I remember correctly, is somewhere in this location. I don't know if I could have gone all the way. But you know, even if I did or I didn't fucked up, it's going to be kind of, in my opinion, the same thing here. It's a 1 turn situation. No, nothing is obscured. I think there is like a couple of places in of the entire arena that are not obscured. A couple of places are actually obscure, but like most of these places are. But basically what I'm debating here is like this, the jump over here is, I mean, okay, so what I could do is I have a save file with a character that could easily science this out real quick. So I do have that option if I wanted to. But like if I had to make a bet, I would feel that going to this platform with the jump now would feel slightly dangerous. If I jump and the whole if I jump and the whole conversation starts and the initiative starts and everything starts, then I lose the whole surprise round. I'm already hidden. But what I don't know is that when does where is the trigger? Where on the map is the trigger located? Because I'm assuming it's circular from Ketheric or any of the other NPCs. I'm assuming that it's circular in some way, so that there is an equal amount of meters basically where they're going to react. And if let's say that I'm judging from, this is Ketheric Thorn right here, and he's like approximately here, probably like, so that's, this is difficult to measure. 18, 20 something or something, right? So then 20. So maybe the trigger range is, let's say, just 10 meters or something. That goes for the same goes for the mind flayer. Maybe this is actually a safe spot. Like it looks like this could potentially be safe. But if the fight starts, then the fight starts, right? So the question is it worth it? Is it worth it for a campion? Is it worth it for a campion? In the far corner. I think this is the farthest I can go, and that means sneaking all the way over here. Like, and also a part of me wants to really science this out, even if it means me dying. This is a super tough call, but like, yeah, because if I had a turn to cast the invisibility spell and then move on, that would be a different matter. But now I need to change my weapon into the Club of Hill Giant Strength to be able to jump over here in invisibility, go up and start the fight as normal. That would be the safe thing to do. Should we jump? To just say fuck it? But now I already equipped the ring. That's annoying. It's a lot of wasted turns. It's like 2 wasted turns if this doesn't work. 2 wasted turns. You know what? let's just jump. Let's jump and find out. Okay. Okay, attempting that. I just need to aim right here. So do I want to go down here, or do I want to jump to? So here, is this the spot? This is going to place my arc. Okay, can't do that. This is going to make my arc not cross any of the red. Okay, good luck, have fun. Okay, so 10 minutes of discussion for nothing. Jesus, mother effing Christ. I'm going to end the turn here. But then, yeah, I still... Do I need to cast the... I cannot cast the invisibility now, can I? Because that's going to trigger the fight. So I need to shoot him once I get a chance to. Okay, I'm going to end the turn. I think I can use the action, the dash action, right? No, it's probably... Oh, I want to spend an action to unequip the invisibility ring for sure. I'm just going to make coffee while you think about your thoughts, JJ.
Og synes bare, det var helt vildt spændende, og sådan gribet af dem, og sådan, du ved, det var mega spændende, så hun blev helt op, og det der er sådan enige om, at det var måske det, der ligesom så også skulle gøre noget tørre, at der var andre børn, inden når hun kom, og så godt se, så der, så endte det ligesom at blive der været 2 minutter mere eller sådan noget. Fordi at, så skulle de så spise, ikke? Så... Ja, det var meget positivt lige at se, at men mandag er aflyst, eller hvad det hedder, så hvor der er fri, så så det betyder, at jeg skal komme med 20 lige på det eneste tidspunkt, altså mellem 12 og halv 1, kun en halv time, og det er der, hvor vi sover.
Så indkørslen kan faktisk være lidt længere.
Ja, han vil sige 2 til 3 uger. Hun spurgte, om han kan sige, hvad har du indstillet dig på? Men det var så før, at vi så, hvordan tyren reagerede på de andre børn. Altså, det var sådan, så det var sådan 2 til 3 uger. Og jeg tror, at hvis der kunne være nogle andre børn, der også kunne lege enestående med at fyre komme på besøg, så ville det være meget mere spændende, end at man bare sidder foran 2 voksne og kigger og tænker, at det her, det gider jeg ikke. Men det glæder mig til. Det er godt. Så sådan, jeg sagde, at det passede altså dårligt at komme med kl. 12 og kl. halv 10, så fik man ikke sovet. Så sagde jeg netop, okay, men hun var ked af, at det ikke kunne lade sig gøre, så vi ellers skulle vi komme inden kl. 7, og så var det sådan lidt, okay, men der har vi ikke engang afleveret Freja endnu. Og det er der, hun sover første gang.
Ja.
Så
Nå, lad os snakke lidt videre. Jeg skal nu skære til det her.
jeg går op og sover.
Okay. Ja. Okay. Does casting invisibility make you invisible? The wiki has no information on that. Words, does casting it make notice you? I think it will. Fear of being too far away to trigger Ketheric dialogue. The plan is to dialogue skip Ketheric. He can go a bit right and he won't be ever found by patrol. All right, so what you're saying is you think I can kind of sneak around here? Is that? Yeah. Yeah. What you're proposing, critique, is that I slide a little bit. Oh wait, well, first things first. First things first. I'm going to end the turn here. And probably unequip the shifting corpus ring. I don't think it makes any sense, I have to say. So I'm going to re-equip the other ring here. One thing I should have done is do the cast. Would be casting the what is it called, the slow fall. That was a mistake, I think, because now I need to because I can't jump very far. I need to think about how to do the different things. But like I don't know. That's not going to. Ending the turn here. Turn. And then environment. I still think this is the best solution right now for me. So Scratch is going to go out here, and then he's going to, I think this is at least fine enough in my recollection. And then hide. Right. So now basically I want to trigger the fight. And what? Oh, somebody was turning. Oh, Ketheric is. It was Ketheric who was actually. Oh, so that's the thing there. So I'm assuming that whoever's watching is probably one of the devourers at this point, maybe. Do you guys think that waiting one more turn is going to change the vision cones? If I want to be certain, the Mind Flayer is looking in this direction. No doubt about it. There is absolutely no doubt that the Mind Flayer is only looking in this cone. So, if he has like hindsight, that would be weird, right? So I'm assuming that, let's just look at them, at these guys. This one looks to be facing in towards the Mind Flayer. This one is facing towards my friends. And they are on their way back. I want to wait just one turn. The worst thing that can happen is Ketheric moving closer, which is what we want anyway, because I want to be in the range where the whole thing kind of activates, right? I don't know if I can if I could dash, like in principle, as a free action. I'm going to wait another turn to see how the environment is going to behave. So Ketheric is going to move this way and now back, which is okay. Now there is nothing, right? So what do you guys think? Like, should I... Should I try to sneak up behind him? Is that too dangerous? I'm going to go a little bit closer, no matter what. Do I want to just send 3 bolts of Eldritch Blasts into his face? That could potentially kill him. With the falling damage, if I'm lucky, that could potentially kill the Mind Flayer. I don't know, Ginger. Okay, let's start the fight. Okay, I'm going to commence the fight now. Okay, that was not the intended outcome here. So now we know that's the thing. But like, still, yeah, we'll see how that goes. We'll see how that goes. Just need to go and check on the dog. Dog is not in combat, but that's also fine. But it needs to get ready for action. Let's just see what happens when it gets out here. I think we can put that. I think this is the approximate. I think this is the safe. Maybe it's a little bit, just maybe slightly further away. Anyway, so you do need to be within a certain range for this to work. So either beginning the fight from with, I'm assuming it's those maybe 20 meters or something that he's responding to is what I'm assuming. Anyway, let's just accept the fact that the opening didn't go as planned, and now I need to think about how to get the show on the road here. So I wonder how close I can go. Can I get all the way up here? This looks doable. Not bad. Mr. Skeleton. Just going to bring Mr. Skeleton I think into the fight. Maybe I can test how close I can get before where the fight zone is. So approximately here, which is if you go through circular motion, that's like somewhere on this platform is what I'm assuming. We're just going to bring in everybody. Yeah. That would be okay, I think, at this point. Because this was definitely not intended. So I am very worried about Ketheric. I don't like to fight him as well as the Myrkul with before Myrkul. I don't enjoy that bit. I don't think it's the best course of action. Okay, let's see if I can do this. So that seemed to work. That was very helpful. Thank you, sir. So I'm just going to bring up probably. So the thing is though, right, I mean, I know that is one of the preferred measures to simply begin the fight with a clear battlefield. So like that is something I was contemplating. I'm not a fan of it, I have to say. I prefer to do it the other way. I mean, the mind flayer is very dangerous, but outside of that, I prefer the other way. But let's see how this goes. Right now, I'm in a very positive mood because of the mind flayer dying already. Wow, that was 27 HP. That was pretty optimal. And let's see if... So Scratch, bringing in Scratch already feels... I mean, who's watching me here? Yeah, I don't... Was it a crit? It was a critical. Yeah, he's very strong. I don't think I want to go in there just yet with Scratch. I think I'm probably going to wait that one round. Okay, so now Wyll has his turn. Which does... I forget if Ketheric has a response. I want to check if Ketheric has a response. Ketheric can horse strike a foe when it is attacked by a minion under deadly orders. So what I want to try if... Oh, that is outside of... Oh, never mind. I'm just going to shoot one of these guys. Is he close enough to be in Volkia? Oh, there is the Arcane Synergy I was missing. Okay, so then let's check the resistance. Everything is... I think everything is pretty much as I want it to be. And then the haste, I'm assuming, is I'm going to do that next turn. Let's see. Let's see how much damage they're going to do. But I mean, the whole thing is like, because now his... What was that? So he's doing deadly orders, and that's a per turn. Seems to be like, this is a free action for him. Horde strike on skeleton. So is the psionic backlash going to do anything to him? No, nothing at all. Okay. And this is pretty much, I want to go and free her right now. I do agree that this is in many ways a more it feels like, oh, I'm still not in. Why am I not in? Okay. Okay, don't know if this is valuable for anything. No one saw that. Yeah, if it didn't happen, like, it's going to come as a complete surprise. I'm going to save the game. Okay, so he has no turn. He's frightened, but he can act. So he can still make an attack. Okay. So there we go. On the radiant damage. Okay, so that means probably that I'm going to initiate the haste spell now, because why not? I am actually considering using the psionic overload ability. It's a bit of damage that I'm going to take every turn, but the 1d4 is going to affect every shot that I'm doing. So in theory, that means with Myrkul's magical plate, with maximum damage, that's 2 times 6. That's 12 extra damage per turn. but also it's going to affect affect the Myrkulites. But probably it's within that bracket where it's not going to make much of a difference as well. So maybe it's a little bit stupid. Like, but the thing is, killing these guys is only going to spawn more skeletons at this point. So I'm not. No, no, no. Okay, that happened. I hasted the cambion. Okay, well, no fight if really weird shit doesn't happen. Okay. A hasted cambion. I mean, who would have guessed? Okay, that's a very odd and not very optimal. Perfect, perfect. I do have an extra haste, but like it probably means that I'll be looking at the fight in a slightly different light. Let's just work with what we have now. So Thorm is now currently under the effect of the moonbeam, and I can actually see what is under the effect of the Legion and Bone and what's not. And it seems Wall of Fire it is probably, but the thing is though that that's going to also remove the haste from the cambion. We'll have to see. I have to make up my decision on the fly here. I'll have to make up my decision on the fly for sure. Because I could spend an action equipping the bow and then still get that effect. And I forget who gets the lethargic buff when the condition ends. If the lethargic target is the cambion or if it is me, I don't know for sure. Although a hasted cambion in this case is probably one of the worst targets that could be affected. Okay, I'm going to shoot here. The cambion will get the lethargic. Now, look at the powerhouse. Look at the powerhouse. So the question is, this is just going to be like, I need to just nuke this guy. Go. Sweet, sweet, sweet. Sweet. And the movement is just crazy. Look at the movement on this guy. Look at the movement. Oh my god. Look at him go. And then Ketheric quickly realized that the new power target is the cambion. So he's going to apply the Legion of Bone to these guys. God damn it. Oh my god. Okay, let's get out of here. Let us quickly jump here. There's the stun. Let's quickly kill these guys. That is my takeaway here. I want to kill one of them so that Wyll can kill the... But that was the wrong target, but it worked. And then I'm just going to head here with the Devourer, I think. So now we're going to have the incubation here, which I don't know if that was a mistake, but like, at this point, they are going to blow up before. Probably that was a mistake. Okay, we'll see. This was a very odd opening for me. I have to be brutally honest. This was not what I had expected. But that just gives me it does give me a little bit of time to consider what I want to do. Do I want to commit to a fight from this location to begin with, or do I want to be, I don't want to be in melee with Myrkul to begin with, I think. And then I guess what I could do is I could proceed to jump down here to get to that location I want to be in once the fight is going. Am I getting high ground advantage on Myrkul here? No, I don't think so. I don't think I'm getting that high ground advantage. I do want to get into his melee range. That is my intention. So, but maybe I can also use this time to expend. The advantage here could be to expend the cambion's usefulness now. And expanding the cambion's usefulness with the haste spell now, and then proceed into the Myrkul fight with equipping other items. That could be one way to kind of optimize to me a very strange situation that I wasn't planning on. I think I need to try and see if I can. Oh, I can't do that. That's not going to be very effective. This is such a shitty summon. Let's see if we can move Ketheric a little bit away from these guys by trying to, if I can, maybe I can kind of taunt him. You still want to use its spell slots. So the advantage, let me just get this straight. Okay, that was bad, that was stupid, but let me just get this straight. The advantage of fighting Ketheric Thorn before Myrkul comes, the real advantage, is that he spends his spell slots. Is that correct? Because that would be something that would make a lot of sense to me. See, this was beneficial because now there's one necromite left here, and then there's a necromite down there for whatever reason, and that's two necromites, and then there is just Ketheric. So I agree that seems really beneficial. It wasn't what I was going for, but it does seem beneficial at this time. All right. So here's the question: do I want to go into the fight with a hasted cambion? Because potentially the cambion could help me out, clear some of the necromites that are going to spawn. And I would still have that turn to equip whatever I needed from Wyll.
This is my time.
I think that's what I want to do. I just need those like couple of turns to hit things and get those free, like. Where is the necromite? It's over here, but it's Legion of Bone. Fuck it. We're doing it. But maybe this is not the right position. I need to be in a, like, different position. Over here, perhaps. Try. I want to avoid Myrkul getting that instantaneous cleave, and I'm still wearing the Sentinel Shield. So, but I don't know if that initiative is going to carry over. Oh, that was too much damage. That was too much damage. Okay, so positioning like this, I guess, and then Wyll. This time. That was a hit. And let's see, that is the dex drain. That's what we want to see. Oh, you get the height advantage at the upper. Yeah, okay, so that could probably... If I could bring Wyll to this location, is what you're saying, I could get like some kind of advantage. I kind of want to go with the assumption that it's not necessary, because I would kind of consider that to be like a byproduct of me messing up the buff sequence. But let's see if we could just bring Myrkul to 0 HP instead. Oh, sorry, Kethric. Can't seem to get a clear shot of this guy's face. Okay, let's see.
What a fool you are.
Alright, so we're going to go into the Myrkul sequence. This is definitely a different way of... Okay, so I am now in turn sequence above Myrkul, which in principle enables the Bone Chill effect if I want to add that to Myrkul. If I can hit him, obviously, with that spell preventing the heal. So that's good, I guess. But it's also, I'm also not getting those temporary hit points that I was talking about earlier. So probably this turn I don't want to go down there. There are plenty of targets for Myrkul to do his things to, so I can just stand here, and he's probably going to use his thing on us, I'm assuming. But there is no reason to take that chance. I'm just going to go to the... Going to go down here. And then end the turn. And here is the cambion, who is on turn. It's hasted. The armor class is pretty worthless. If I try to escape, I'm going to trigger that attack. So there's no reason to do so. I'm going to place him right here. And then end the turn, and we'll see what happens. Okay. I thought she was already... Okay, so he's now frightening me. So there's that. Okay. And there are no Involcus. But I am frightened. So probably... this is a weird situation for me. I've never had so much control and so many things on the board. And like... But being number one in initiative actually have that disadvantage that you don't get to trigger the reactions from Myrkul with other characters. So it's actually, I'm not sure that it's that valuable, because now the reaction is going to come, and the Earth Elemental's value is not the damage that it's putting through here. So that's actually a little bit, yeah, the cambion shares number one with Wyll. So I'm frightened, which means I can't move. So maybe this is actually the right time to switch. Oh, that was not fair. Christ. Or maybe I just want to shoot Myrkul and see if I can't get just radiating orb or two on him. So 7 radiating orbs. This is what I'm talking about. Let's look at the debuffs. Dexterity debuff, which is great. I mean, that's -1 dex, so that's good. The radiating orbs -7, so that's -7, and then the attack roll, which of course is crazy strong and high, but still that's going to be beneficial. I killed... Yeah, I shot, but I shot it. No, I targeted the Involcure. So that was fully intentional. So now it still has its turn. I can shoot. I can shoot Myrkul, but I don't think that it makes any sense. What I want to do is I want to try and chase down some of those Invulcus. I think that is by far the most valuable thing. So, because of the full damage, let's try to see if the 1 beam, the 2 beam is enough. 2 beam is not enough. This spell is simply the description of shit. 3d6 should in principle be an average of 10 or something, 9.5. Yeah, this is valuable. This is super valuable, for sure. This is very, very valuable. I think the hasted cambion is now the new meta. Or maybe not. So I want to position myself so that Aelin gets a chance to be thrown off here, because I'm sure he's going to attack the cambion. So let's see if we can't manage to push both targets off. Is it going to block? Yes. Okay, let's do it this way. Where was the final Invulcur? That was up there. So the question is, do I want to... I think I want to do this. I want to keep the Invulcurs down. That's my preference. And then we have 4 new Invulcurs. Here, up here, down here, down here. Still 1 turn to hatch. But I need to make a very important decision. Do I just keep beaming him with... That's the low ground. That's no good. And if I decide to go up, that's going to be bad. I think right now I want to take the... I want to go up here. I don't want to have the low ground disadvantage. And I have the... currently have the... Let's see, the Arcane Synergy. So let's see if that's not enough to blast the Invulcur down here. It was. And then we're just going to beam down Myrkul, basically. I could use this guy to trigger his reaction. The question is if I want to do that. Let's just, yeah, let's see if we... This is just so crazy, like... You know what? Probably not. I want to do this. Did I just 3 damage? I don't care. Let's go. But the great thing about... and I'm still keeping my concentration rolls. I want to see how those go. So it's a DC 10. I have advantage on the saving throws, of course. That's a +1, +1, +4 from Bless. That's the random. And 3 from the Constitution. That's a +5 and +2. So, I mean, there is a chance that I fail this. The resistant to fire. Thank you for that remark, Ginger. Alright, so using the cambion to kill those is actually not necessarily the best choice. So probably there is the Reaper and the radiant damage, which seems to... It seems to hit him. No, wait. So that... And she didn't go. Why didn't Dame Aelin go down? Why was she not pushed? Oh, that's... Maybe that is the... That was a... She's saved. She's downed, but she saves. Yeah, or maybe it's because of the obstruction. That is of course, like, that is a real chance there. Am I now feared again? I'm feared again. But like at this stage, I'm thinking like with whose turn is it? The Earth Elemental. Go. Right. So I need to go and absorb a hit. And this is what I'm bothered most about with the turn order. Okay, so still destroying this. I'm still keeping this position as long as I can, I think. Just going to beam him. I'm still receiving the frightened condition all of the time. It's a DC 20, and I'm rolling with 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and then the bless. So I do need to roll rather high to avoid that condition. So I do need to consider that very soonish. I need to make a decision very soon about that. Oh, that was too much. Okay, so now he's beginning the healing phase. Okay, so he does seem to hit him. Let me just check the save for that one. It's a critical. It was a critical. Okay, but he did hit him before as well. That was another hit. Right. Yeah. Okay. So now for the this is probably one of the last free turns that I have available to me. The cambion has a turn right now where it can do stuff. And I don't think I'm going to spend that turn on getting itself killed. I think I'm going to have the cambion be the meat shield for this turn. And then I think I actually do need to spend the first spell slot here resummoning the elemental. I think that's going to be necessary. I don't think any of these guys are going to provide more value than the earth elemental. I forget if the air elemental in principle has a reaction that takes away the enemy reaction. Let me just quickly check that out. Yeah. So the air elemental has, it's a strength save, so it's a very difficult save to pass, but the air elemental has an ability that in principle could take away Myrkul's reaction. But it's a very difficult save to pass. So I think I am going to go with the elemental, the earth elemental here. Let me just recheck. And just summon it straight up right next to the guy. This is the first of the 3 spell slots that I have available to me. And then the bonus action here. I don't think... I mean, I could spend it just to see, you know, if you hit, you hit. I wonder if the frightened status is going to impose, and that was the miss. That's what we want to see. We want to see that miss, just occasionally. Okay, so the question is now: do I need the haste spell? I could go for that, or I could just attempt to continue the fight as it is right now, because it is going relatively smoothly right now, but like there are potential things. potential problems. I really don't want to spend any, like, because the problem is at this point, like the cambion is still doing a lot of work, I have to say. Even if the invokers have that fire resistance, it's doing a lot of work. It's going to do so for 3 more turns. And Wyll could semi-protect the Earth Elemental by attacking Myrkul. That's like, Jesus, that's just like the strongest of all of the abilities that I can do. If I go up here and I shoot this one. Yeah, okay, that's not optimal. And then I have Wyll destroy this one, I guess. No? Oh wait, that was... Now I was just fucking this completely up. There we go, like this, I think. And then the Frighten. The Frighten is back. And the Frighten is just like... It's like amen in the church, as they say. $15 necrotic damage. How is... So no, like a DC 19 saving throw, but no advantages of any kind. Like what? No modifiers. What is this check? Oh, right. Yeah. Right, let's just... I want to check out the damage bracket for this one. This is 48 of... So plus spellcasting ability modifier. So 48 damage roll. But that was the same as up here, where the roll was almost the same. But it was halved in this instance. And up here it wasn't halved, but there was resistance. Oh, this is because I failed the saving throw with the nat 1. That was what happened, I guess. Okay, let's get back to business. So the question is, do I want to spend my... This guy is not frightened right now. So can he do anything valuable with this turn where he needs to end it up here? I think destroying an Invoker is not going to enable him to get back up there, is it? But then again, I could sacrifice the cambion after that. Probably I don't want to do that. Just going to spend a turn, I think, by having the Earth Elemental in this position. Probably we'll see if we'll give him one more chance to knock Dame Aelin off. I'm not sure he's going to take it. Let's try it out anyway. There was the attack, and then is the... There is no reaction. Oh, because he already spent that on me. Whatever. Yeah, I could destroy the damaged invokers, but my concern is that if I do that, he's going to pull everything, and I'm going to take unnecessary damage, and I don't feel like... I don't want to do that, preferably. Okay, let's see if if we can't deal enough fire damage to this Involcure. You know what? Probably I should just accept the fact that this guy is dying and then make sure that Wyll doesn't take that. Don't know if that was the right move. Right now, I honestly can't say. Okay, so I mean, now I need to make the difficult decision if I want to save my cambion give it one more turn of action, or let it die. I think I want to save my cambion, but I also need to deal with this necromite, which I think is the most difficult thing of this. I think I need to do this. Did I manage to hit him? I did hit him twice. Okay. So this is a relatively good position right now. So I do want to try and save the cambion. Just that one turn I think is great. Please miss. Yeah, I think his right now his the amount of times that he hit with I don't know 8 or 9 stacks of radiant orbs is not even funny. Okay, so the question is, I'm immobile at this point, and either I need to sacrifice my cambion or I have to stay up here. I can blink down. Let me just check. Necromite 1 here, Necromite 2 here. I don't like the look of their position right now, so I think he's going to pull me down. And he's going to kill the cambion. He's going to kill me and the cambion if this Earth Elemental moves. He's going to kill the cambion is what I mean. No, he's not, because I have turn, yeah, and I'm in the turn-wise order. I have a turn, so yes, you're right, you're right. It's not worth it. It's definitely not worth it. Let us see what we can do to these guys. And I'm choosing this, which might have been the wrong action, but I'm choosing this. Either way, one of them is going to get out scot-free. Yeah, that was the wrong situation. Now he's going to heal. Let's see how bad it is. Okay. Alright, let's see how bad that is. Yeah, I can summon us, but he's probably going to go for me, I think, this time around with his spell. So there's that. And he's sitting at 6 radiant orbs, and I need to, this is like a turn that I need to take very seriously. Does he have any other necromites that's in range? No, he does not. So do I want to spend a turn? Do I want to spend a turn equipping the Darkfire shortbow? Or do I want to do something else? I'm not sure that the Blood of Lyrthindor at this point is that relevant. I have one more spell slot, and in principle an extra spell slot to do shenanigans. I could also place a firewall. If I place a firewall from here and all the way to the other aerial mesh, that is going to put fire damage on him. It's going to add radiant orbs to him, and it's going to in principle help me dealing with skeletons coming from this direction and skeletons coming from this direction, if memory serves me right. So I feel a little bit like this is the strongest choice. But if I do this, I also need to go and position myself on the platform. Okay, but the cambion still has its turn. So it has that one turn that, you know... I don't know, it's frightened. I don't know how the value of the cambion in this turn. I think destroying Involcus... because then it's going to be lethargic, but like, if I don't, like, the cambion is still going to be present, it's still going to be a target. You know what, I think I need to run that risk of going to the platform. I think I need to run that risk. Unless there is something that I'm not seeing. Is there any place where I can actually cast the firewall that is going to affect both the... would summoning us, would that do anything for me? Because if I summon us, I still need to go and reposition. I can reposition here. That's going to give me added benefit of extra movement. I don't have the critical strike immunity, so there's also that I need to consider. Do I want to add the adamantine shield if I'm heading in there? Okay, let's just quickly check his stats. He has 25 strength. That's going to add 7 to his attack roll. Then he is proficient with, I don't know, +5 or something. That's a +12. Then taking away from that is 6 turns of radiating orbs at this point. So that's going to put him at +6. So that's still going to enable him to hit me with a 17 at this point. Like, it's still pretty dangerous. And the damage is pretty dangerous. So, like, I want to consider, if he's missing, fine, everything is easy peasy, lemon squeezy. If he's not missing, then that is a potential problem. And the Earth Elemental is not present. So if I go there, he's going to... If I could go there, can I go... Question is, can I go up? Cast... Okay, I cannot cast the firewall, because at that point... So if I want to cast the firewall in a safe manner, I would need to position myself like here-ish. Because I'm thinking like if I'm in the let's do the Darkfire shortbow for the haste. That's one line of thinking. If I have the haste spell, if I get that online, I have if I have the Blood of Lyrthindor, I have all of the items for that set up online with the Earth Elemental. I think I can easily handle bringing down Myrkul's hit points. That's one strategy. The other strategy is potentially not going into his melee range and then casting the firewall. If I'm casting the firewall, also the cambion is going to die if nothing is in melee. So I'm just getting, I'm just getting into that. Let's resummon us. If I can even do that. He's right here. If I'm resummoning us, that's going to give me one turn. I think that is probably the... I think that is the best bet. Yeah, I'm just gonna do that, and we'll see what happens. Should I have jumped there? So I do want to reposition myself in this direction. I hope the necrotic damage is not going to hit me. Okay, so the Finger of Death. Okay, see. Okay, so once in a blue moon, you get the best of all worlds. He's going to Finger of Death my cambion with 2 HP, about to go lethargic. I mean, I could kind of understand that Myrkul would feel like, yeah. I'm going to kill the cambion because he caused so much mischief. He sees the kill. Yeah, Ginger. That's. I mean, what I'm trying to get at. This is not intentional. This was not planned. This is actually a little bit funny to me. But like, the Finger of Death is already, when you use illithid powers, an extremely dubious ability. With all of the resistances and whatnot, let's see how much damage, and we can have that and check out how that would have hurt me. Yeah, let's just Psionic Backlash this one. Right. And then the gaze, which frightens me. So there's that. That's potentially very bad. I didn't think of that. But let us quickly look at the. So the 12 psychic damage is not impressive, but it could potentially go a lot higher. The necrotic damage for the beam is, yeah, it is what it is. It's a very high damage roll that you then have to avoid. Okay. Okay, so we have, let's see, do we have any? We have a Necromite up all the way up here. He cannot reach Myrkul. If I'm seeing right, I don't think he can. The movement is, he needs, I think he has 9 meters of movement, so that's, he's going to go to this location or this location. He's not going to go all the way there. And currently we have us, who's in place, and we have the Earth Elemental that I think I just want to actually just destroy potential dangers in Volcus. I forget if the Seismic Strike actually hurts in Volcus. I don't think that it does. So I'm not going to gamble that. Okay, let's go here. And destroy this guy. The 1 HP. Potentially Wyll should have gotten that one. And then do I want to go to... Don't want to be next to that one. Let's just position myself. Probably I want to go up actually. Because in the worst case scenario he's going to frighten the Earth Elemental, and maybe yeah, I don't know. Oh, the dash. Yeah, I forgot about the dash. Yeah, it wasn't enough. Okay, so the frightened condition is now present, and I am currently blocking myself. No, I'm not blocking myself. But the hit chance is awful. The question is, do I want to continue to frighten myself? But he is going to kill something next turn. I'm going to be unable to kill this guy. Right. So now I'm in a situation where there is a lot of necromites. One is up here. One is down here. One is in this position. So this one is too far away. This is close enough. The Misty Step is a spell slot. So it's very expensive. But if I want to do the fight this way, even why would I not just go with the protection from good and evil? I'm starting to question my own logic here. So I don't know if this is if I need to collapse the fight at this point. If I shoot the Apostle of Myrkul and I hit him, that is like that. Even 2 hits would be beneficial, but that would be a retaliation with renewed frighten. That would mean damage that I'm taking. It means so many bad things. I'd much rather go and see if I can't control the battlefield. This guy down here, there are only 2 difficult targets right now, as far as I can tell. I do have a cold lightning spell that I can use, And I don't know if this is going to be enough. The 33, so potentially it's not enough. And then that would be like a wasted action. I have the magic missile, which is probably my best bet, I think. I don't know. Maybe they're not active or something. We'll see. Okay. And hi, say. So, I mean, as always with when I'm streaming, I'm taking like all kinds of input and then I'm following, whatever input I find meaningful. But in this, what is Color of the Week is not working for what reason? Okay. Okay. But where are these Invulcures? We have one up here which is not dangerous, one down here which is not dangerous just yet, but it could be dangerous at some point. We have one all the way up here which is not dangerous yet, and one here which is not dangerous yet. These are like 2 turns, I guess, before they are something. I don't know if this is like 2 turns before they get into play. So right now I have, what I'm thinking is if I can delete this guy and this guy, I have 2 turns of things that I can do. And at this point, I think I want to get to the platform. I want to get to the platform now to be able to hit the necromites when they spawn and whatnot. And 2 turns, at least 1 turn of full damage on Myrkul, I think could potentially be around 60 damage. And another turn that could be approximately the same, and then I get to a position which I like. So if I can get to this spot and then worst case scenario throw down a firewall, that's a risk I'm willing to run. So I just want to see one thing here when I'm examining. It is the charisma drain, which is not that dangerous. All right, so I think if I'm putting in 3 magic missiles going to be enough? So 3 magic missiles, that's 1d4. That's not going to be enough, is it? Plus 1, that's on average, that's 9, 10.5 plus 3, that's 13. That's not going to be enough, but probably all 4 beams. Let's just quickly. I want to say I can't even shoot that guy. This is so unreasonable. So we'll have to shoot this Invulcure. And you're right, it does not work there. Okay. Roger, Roger. The question is, because I'm wait. Hold up. This guy is unable to shoot Invulcures because it's inanimate, but he can shoot this guy. And do I want to trigger the attack of opportunity here? Not quite sure. There is one action though, which is a bit of a joker action, because I actually have the second marriage. So in principle, I could summon up Connor Winterblad to help me out in the fight. And I don't know, is this going to do anything for me? Is this potentially an extra round of fun? No, I can't do that, can I? Because I need to deal in this turn. I need to pray that the Earth Elemental doesn't die, and I also need to destroy at least one of the Necromites here. I'm just worried if this is even... Okay, I'm going for it. Okay, at least that worked. 5, 18, 23, 26, 30. And the Arcane Synergy is back. Okay, let's end the turn here. And then we have this guy, which I should have attacked first. Now I'm just at this point like I'm making mistakes all over the place. Am I unable to? Oh, yeah. Oh well, you know, if it works, it works. Like my main strategy, I messed up my main strategy. I fucked up this for myself in the most ridiculous way. So it is what it is. Right. So now I don't have any targets actually next to Myrkul, which means that he's going to be using his drag ability, but probably this guy. If this guy is going up this aerial mesh, can he go up the aerial mesh over here and produce the healing? Or does he have to go that way? And the question is, do I want to take like the AoE stuff just the once on everybody? Including the beam, because the beam can still hit Wyll. If I'm going to kill the Necromite, then Myrkul is going to do his so you know, the Necromite at this point, I'm assuming that it does. I don't know if it has to dash in order to activate the healing. If it has to dash in order to activate the healing, then if the dash action takes away the healing, then that's one thing. Then I can kind of, you know, I'm assuming I would be able to position myself here or something with the Earth Elemental, take the hit from Myrkul. You know what? This is already, the healing is Myrkul's reaction. It's Myrkul's reaction. Oh, so that's why. But does that mean if I attack Myrkul in my turn, that that Myrkul's reaction has been used, or would that have to be Myrkul using his? Is the turn order wrong for me to abuse the reaction? Okay, so that means if I was to abuse that, I would have to go after Myrkul in the turn order. The question is really, do I want Myrkul to heal anymore? That's the question. Is Myrkul healing a bad thing or not really? That is the question for me. I have 2 more spell slots available. I can cast the firewall. I can potentially still cast the firewall if all of, you know what? I want to keep my options open. I'm going to go here and punish this guy, and we'll see what happens. Yeah, the dash is just happening. Okay. That was the other Necromite, and it chooses to shoot, which is fair enough, but still. And then we have the incubation of all of the Necromites, and now a turn without the Frighten. So what I'm thinking, like, What I'm thinking strategically, if I place down the firewall, out of all of the options here, this is the safest strategy. Because anything that involves me single targeting Myrkul down at this point feels extremely dangerous. Because I'm getting into bad positions, I'm getting frightened, all kinds of things. I don't have the firepower to beam him down. The lack of the bliss spores is just punishing me at this point. So I think I want to go with the firewall. The thing I need to consider is, let's just check the damage on the firewall. The damage, of course, since it's upcast to level 5. The damage of the firewall is going to deal an average of 30 damage. Is that it? I can't count. So the average of 1d8, that's 4.5 or something, right? So that's 4.5 times 8, that's 32. That is... Am I... What's going on here? 8 times 4, that's 32. So 40. It should be enough damage for every necromite to take a hit, right? It should be enough that the necromites die with the Call of the Weak. But this is my working theory, that this is going to be the best action that I can do now at this point. This is my working theory. I'm going to follow this strategy for this attempt here. And then yeah, this is basically what I'm going to do here. But one thing doesn't rule out the other. But I do agree that the Wall of Fire is problematic. But I'm going to use it anyway. And it does not trigger the reaction. And it dealt an insane amount of damage. So there's that. Okay. That means that I need to go somewhere at this point. This guy. Nope, definitely not. This is way too dangerous at this point. Us is frightened. The pull is as far as I know, the pull is an attack on my concentration. But if I go into melee with him, he's going to hit me. And right now, Myrkul has 4 radiant orbs. So this is way too dangerous. I can't resummon us. Oh, the free action, is that the free action is what you mean? So is this a one-time free action? But you know, Critique, you know how I feel about that. You know how I feel about it. I don't like it. I don't like it. I just don't like to do that. Once per long rest. Okay, let me just think about it just for 1 second. Okay. It's okay. Like if this is like really a unique ability, I guess I feel okay. I feel okay with this. Like okay. No, let's just for 1 second. Let me just think about that question, right? Without any kind of just straight up. Can I do this without activating that ability? I just want to think about that for one moment. just for one moment here. I'm going to be assuming that this necromite... Right, but does... Yeah. That's true. Ginger, you guys are both right. Let's not move in. Let's not go more into that. I'm fine. I'm fully okay with that if that's the solution. But let's just look at the board right here, the fight right here. I'm going to assume that the necromite who's in this turn order is going to go to the fire. That's of course assuming that I'm not going to lose concentration on the firewall. Of course, if I'm losing concentration on the firewall, that's awful. Is the earth elemental in turn order? Oh, that is after Myrkul. Because I could shoot like just to make absolutely sure that nothing goes wrong. What I could also do in this case is shoot this necromite, because the other necromites are very far away. So shooting this necromite is my bonus action. I can do this no matter what I do, if the other one is a free action. Okay, there we go. That was not enough. I'm in a weird position because one part of me wants to do what is being suggested in the chat, which is use the ability from the item to resummon us on the arena here, so that Myrkul is going to attack him. And another part of me wants to see if my projected expectation of what's going to happen with all of the saves and whatnot is going to work. I feel like I've, no matter what, I feel like I want to attempt the item. Also, I've never done this before, and I think it does not. It's a free action, but like at this point. So, well, how do I proceed? Do I right click and then cast the spell? Is that the way that it works? Or do you double click the item? How does using the... If I go to this location right here, or even, oh, right here, or if I go to this location right next to the necromite and attack it, and attack it using the attack of opportunity. Yeah. Just like what I'm thinking is, no matter what, like either, like no matter what, I'm in that situation where I'm finding that no matter what I do, either, like let's say I go next to the mite, and let's say that he pulls, and then he deals damage to me, and then the fire concentration breaks. Then the mite is also going to die because I'm going to be opportunity attacking it when it tries to leave the vicinity. This is like the worst situation possible. And then on top of that, if he also does his frighten ray on me to keep me locked in place, that would be the ultimate bad situation. That would be the worst imaginable situation. But if the firewall breaks, I can be anywhere. If the firewall doesn't break, I mean, I can be anywhere. I mean, probably, you know what? Probably the pull is going to get me because I have a very low strength. Critique, tell me how to activate the item, please. Do I right-click and then cast spell? Is that the way that works? That's the way that works. Okay. All right. So now he's not going to do it. So I'm going to move further away, I think, from him. Should be able to hit him from this. So succeeding. What was that attack roll? That wasn't very convincing. 2d12. That wasn't convincing. Okay, let's see if we're able to finish this off. So where are the necromites? Here, here, and here. There, and there. I'm still under the like I'm still of the opinion that the firewall is just abundantly strong in this fight. It's such a good such a strong spell. And probably the safest way, I guess, to go about this encounter. I didn't plan for it to work this way. Like Wyll 51 did it with the haste, and that felt very safe, and I really enjoyed that aspect of it. But like this is, yeah. So now the low ground, and I don't know if I just want to basically keep the fight going and controlling necromites instead. That feels actually a little bit like the safest way to go. Yeah, it does, but it does go out. It does go out. I know it goes out. I've had that happen too a lot of times. So there was a miss, but this guy is not going to go to Myrkul. I'm not going to trigger the opportunity attack, I think, at this point from Myrkul. So if I go to a location further up, is that going to change the low-high ground situation? Maybe, maybe not. Probably at this point. Maybe if I can... use us just a little bit. Yeah. So 0 damage from the, what was that? Oh, that was the burning. Oh, so the, okay, so the firewall is not oh, the firewall is now affecting. It's not affecting him on his turn because he's not moving. But it's affecting him on my turn. Okay, great. Okay, this is my turn. This is my fight to lose at this point, right? So how do I, like us, can withstand? Oh, he's frightened now. So we need to go in there with the big boy. And I think the big boy wants to go in this position. And then. There is a frighten. So I don't know if that's going to make any difference. No, yeah, I don't know. Okay, so let's see. I think he gets to climb. He gets to climb, and he takes the 19 damage. Is that going to be enough? Yes. Okay. Oh, it's because I'm not patient enough with the arcane synergy. I'm being impatient. That is my mistake here. Oh, I forgot to check what I wanted to check, but and there is the frighten, but the concentration is still up for the firewall. So that's the 2 hit points. So probably, is this guy still frightened? No, he's still in the fight. Are there any? There are no necromites up currently. There is no reason to have this guy on the... when he could do a bit of good down here. So that means that's six Involkers just hanging out here. And, yeah. Okay, lots of Involkers. Myrkul is in a relatively fragile state. And oh, I can't move, so there's that. Okay, that makes it kind of easy. The concentration is still going. So maybe just spending the bonus action to recover the spell slot, I'm guessing. Just to have that out of the way. Question is, do I want to shoot him and risk anything this turn? I don't feel like I want to risk anything this turn, really. I mean, obviously if the firewall wears off, that sucks, but like, let's see if it doesn't last for one more turn. Us needs to go into combat. Oh, that's fine. He gets a shot at that one, which he misses. Okay. What? Oh yeah, it doesn't. Okay, thank God. Okay, so now the firewall... This was the firewall effect. 23 on a 68. Okay, that's in the low end. So now the question is, do I want to just blast him with all I got? Do I want to go? Do I want to spend... You guys are being a little bit too hasty here. Because, I mean, the firewall, yes. Is it going to stay up? Nobody knows. Nobody knows. But, like, I have a spell slot here that I can use to summon an Earth Elemental. And so what I'm saying is that an Earth Elemental is a very strong spell that cannot be dispelled. Like, yeah, okay, sure. I mean, I get it. That looks to be the reason. But with all of the potential problems that could This guy right here is dangerous. Oh, you wanted to have done it last, yeah. Okay. Okay. Got it. Okay, got it. Yeah. I think summoning an earth elemental here is, in my opinion, the safest bet. And I think summoning him approximately here is the best bet, because then it will potentially it's probably kind of irrelevant. I do want to spend my action that way. It feels like, look at this guy, he's all over the place. So do I attack this guy here? No, because that means getting into a position where if I get frightened, I cannot. Do I want to try and shoot Myrkul? No. Okay, so what's left? One here, this is the potential problem. Then one guy up here, which is just going to be annoying and trying to shoot me. The concentrated blast for the end game, which is the bonus action attack, which could have been an argument to just shoot. What? Oh wait, that's because it's oh yeah, that's the problem. I don't know what the range is, Ginger. I don't know what the range is. You know, famous last words. Let's go. So now we will shoot. Oh my god, thanks for watching. You know what? I think the free action summoning of us was really the...
Death cannot take me.
I think that was really the goat of this fight, I have to say. And the hasten cambion, yeah, what the hell was that? Yeah, what the hell was that?
Nothing.
Fuck me, sorry.
I am forsaken. You have no idea what you've done. Isabel.
So I didn't want to resort to the firewall meta, but the problem was, even if I wanted to do something to change the nature of my horrible mistake in the beginning of the fight, I don't think it would have been better at that point, even given the campion's problems with the skeletal and Volkyr's fire resistance. It was still beneficial that the campion could destroy 2 Involkers per turn. And I also have to go a little bit back on my expectation that killing Ketheric, not killing Ketheric and pushing him straight into the Myrkul fight is the best course of action. I don't feel like I for sure can have a good informed opinion on that. I think it's at best it's questionable. It's ambiguous. Yeah, I know. Like normally You think so? Yeah. Probably, but you know, you're probably right. Maybe it would have been better to spend an action to switch to the bow, forgo the bonus action, because that would also mean that now my bonus action, the bonus action from the offhand crossbow is gone, because I switched items. So there's that. But like, you might be right. I think you might be right. If you can guarantee that you're holding concentration with the haste spell, the warlock becomes an unreasonable blasting machine, eldritch blasting machine. But I think, yeah, there is a chance that you might be right, that would have been a better play. But like, I chickened out. And the firewall is, of course, very, very problematic, because you never know when it's just going to stop working. Suddenly, like, you're like, where's my firewall? I'm concentrating on it, but it's not there. No, it's not. But why? You have that experience just the once, and suddenly you're starting to look for other options. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, obviously, if you look at the Eldritch Blast, just looking at the numbers, it says 8 to 17, and that's per beam, right? That's the numbers on the spell, but that's not accurate, because you have to add the spell damage from the potent ropes. So at that point, it becomes a maximum of I don't know if I'm not doing the math right, 24. And the average of 15 to 24 is the average of the 1d10, so that's 5.5. So that's approximately 20, maybe 21 points of damage in principle. 21 points of damage for every beam. That's an average of 60 damage-ish per turn. And you don't do that twice. That's if you get to hit with the beams, obviously, that get you to the 60, the 120 damage. My problem with the Eldritch Blast, and as a cornerstone of the strategy in this fight, is because of the fact that I effed up. I fucked up royally. So when I went to get the bliss spores from the Myconid colony, I decided to have the brilliant idea to murder hobo them first, which under normal circumstances is not a problem. But it is a problem if you already told Glut that you want to change monarchs, that you want Glut instead of Spore in the Myconid colony as the supreme matriarch, because then the killing of the Myconids is considered is considered to be you taking sides in the rivalry. Whereas if you kill the Myconids before agreeing to help Glut out, nobody knows, and it's just plants dying. Nobody cares about dying plants in general. They care about politics. So I made that mistake, and then now the bliss spores were unavailable to me. And it matters. It does matter. I could see on the hit attack rolls that the attack rolls were worse. They were not as good, and that did influence my my faith in the Eldritch Blasting strategy, because I had made that major mistake, and it might have been me being overcautious, but that was why I was a little bit afraid of going all the way. Right, but we do have one more stop and spell attack rolls. This is a funny shield. This is a very good shield for the coming fight. Like, potentially. But maybe not, because I need to be critical strike immune.
shadows yet fester. The dead three united under cover of darkness. The balance shifts. There are depths to this alliance yet unplumbed. Consider, mortal. Do
See you,
illithids
Ginger.
possess
I don't know. I don't know if I'm going to do the monks right now, because I'm also considering doing the. Doing the shadow curse lifting. I'm not decided on that bit just yet. So.
Well, I shall ask a flock.
And the wife wakes up with the baby soon, so.
What the alliance is reforged very well.
Here is the flaming fist. Level 7 flaming fist.
Lives in the lower city. If those freaks hurt her, I'll turn them inside out.
Any word on Nathaniel? And the curse? Sorry. Don't worry.
Okay.
You'd make a... Daniel still suffers. There'll be no improvement until his essence is restored, I fear. Let me help you then. If you want me, I'm yours. I'll be ready.
Helen! Isabel! My love. You were dead. I saw your body. I'm here. And so are you. And my father, he can't hurt us any longer. I dreamt every night that you'd come back to me. That somehow it was all a nightmare Dawn would undo. I had no dreams at all. Nothing but darkness. And when I woke, my father said you were dead. His soul was poisoned by the god of death. His sick devotion ruined him. But for all his sins, he brought you back to me. Are you all right? I will be. And you? In this moment, I want for nothing. Ah, there you are. This is Aelin. Aelin, this is... Oh, but we have met. This is the soldier that freed me most valiantly from the Shadowfell. They watched my boot crush the very brain of villainy, and fought well against your changed father. May he rest in peace at last, now that he's dead. I have more to thank you for than I knew. And we have much to discuss. Perhaps we could join you in your camp later? We look forward to it.
Imagine telling
Now you will leave us.
telling them it's too
We must
crowded,
exactly
like
on one another's
we don't
bodies.
have any room in the camp.
Aelin!
in.
That would just be so rude.
We'll see you later.
That would be so rude.
Begone! I must admire Isabel's fulsome beauty away from prying eyes.
Sorry.
She's just saying sorry for no reason. Go ahead, guys. Go ahead.
Begone!
Yeah, exactly. Marcus, Nichols, and do we have... Oh, Volbran, does he have anything to say at this point?
I owe you an apology. Marcus and I are another matter. I'm dealing with you right now. I saw you as a means to escape, nothing more. But when the sky lit up, when I followed it here, I knew you were behind it. I apologize for not seeing your true worth, and for being, quite frankly, rude in Last Light. I wasn't sure you would. I appreciate it. And that's precisely why I want
Sorry, this is a solo run, but like I have nobody in my camp outside of a skeleton man. It's very lonely. Ah. I don't think I want to use the friend spell right now. I don't think I have enough.
The plan is what it's always been. To bring the work and innovations of the Iron Hand gnomes to every corner of the realm. Problem is, Baldur's Gate is sick. Once the pinnacle of greatness, it's eating itself alive to save itself from starving. Find me in the city. And once you see what it's become, you'll know that I, and I alone, can stop it.
I alone can stop. Okay, so the question is, there is the Githyanki Death Squad sitting here. I don't want to fight those. I would feel like shit if I lost the game to this at this point. That's the one thing. And the other thing is that there is the Thaniel, the Lifting the Shadow Curse event, which is arguably pretty dangerous for me in the solo, because there are creatures that are trying to prone me. There are lots of targets. There are so many things that can happen. There are 2 targets plus the dog, the mommy and daddy, who do the sleep spell, which is going to pacify me for 4 turns. So I feel like if this was a custom game run where I could go in and science it out, probably I would do so. But for me right now, it feels very, very dangerous. On the other hand, and let's just see, I have 0 resources. There's also the... I'm just going to port in there.
We leave the heart of the absolute. You did well to defeat. There are many more battles ahead. But if we are to succeed, hold it together.
Why is that? That was weird. Gauntlet of Shaw. Just porting in there real quick. Because I actually did plan on... going to Lyrthindor and fight him. Even with the stuff that can happen in that fight. And I probably still will, and also in particular because of the summon undead zombie, which pretty much takes care of the whole fight. But the question is that, and I also have a repulsor available. But the real question is, do I need a long rest before I do so? One moment. I'm not very worried about the rats. I mean, they can. Of course, the rats can kill you. But what I'm really worried about is if Lyrthindor decides to cast sleep on me, and then decides to just go ham on me. I've had that happen, so that worries me a little bit. And the reason I'm considering not doing it, obviously, is because I still have all of the buffs, which are going to disappear in a moment. But probably all of these things are not necessary in any shape or form in that fight. So probably I should just commit. I'm just going to commit to the rest here. I need the rest anyway for the monk Githyanki monk fight. So let's just go ahead and say goodbye to the most OP buffs in the game. Oh no, we're not doing this. Jesus.
The cub inspects.
Okay, so before doing anything, getting the necrotic damage resistance buff is probably the best way to go. Right now, I since I didn't go all the way in terms of trying to get to level 11, that's not an option for me. I have to just fight the monks at level 10. But I do want to kind of finish a little bit up here before doing that.
A fiendish chuckle sounds.
We're doing the warlock deception with guidance. And then we get the Night Singer's Favor, which is still like, do it every day because getting that resistance is insane. And it's going to affect, I'm not sure if Lyrthindor does melee necrotic attacks, but if he does spell necrotic attacks. But if he does melee, that is not going to affect you as much. And also, I think the rats are doing that bit as well. So I do need to go and collect a corpse. Where do I get a corpse? Probably, I'm just going to go to Last Light. I don't even know if Last Light is also completely thrashed. Probably it's not that bad. It's very dark. The mausoleum, that's the easiest. Let me just do that because that's something I need to get into the habit of doing anyway. Because obviously that's where you go. Thank you very much for that bit critique as always. Much appreciated. Just kidding. That zombie. Oh. Do I need to go in here to get the... There we go. Oh, it's only skeletons. It's only skeletons. So that means if I go and I try to summon a skeleton, that's fine, but the zombie cannot be summoned. And for this particular thing, I do want a zombie. For sure. I do want a zombie. But good to know that there is that source of undead skeleton summonings anyway. That's very valuable. Particularly if you're running like a necromancer build something where you upcast the summon skeletons to get like an army of skeletons, then I think that could be really, really strong. I'm assuming you can get like with the level 5 spells you could probably get 5, 6, 7 skeletons, something. A lot of skeletons. Jeg sendte dig en sms, du gerne må tjekke. Okay, only upcast to level 4, so that means only 3 skeletons. Okay. But 3 skeletons, yeah, okay. So it's not that dramatic of a change. Okay, fair enough. And that's probably because at level 5 you get the other one, the So at this point, when you get access to the elemental summoning from spell slots, then suddenly using your spell slots in the optimal way becomes a lot easier, because now I can do my Agathis, and I can do my this one, and then I can summon the, and then I can yeah, and then I can just basically hit the rest button here. This is just a coterie of like a lifetime. Suddenly everything seems possible, including fighting the monks. Let's go to the Gauntlet of Shaw. Actually, with all of these summons, I don't know how dangerous it is to go and fight Oliver. With all of these guys. And if nobody caught on, I want somebody to tell me don't do it. Because otherwise, I think my bad impulse control is going to make me go and do something very stupid. Yeah, but I wonder if you can upcast the level 5 version to level 6, and if that's going to add to things. Okay. Right. It's been a long time since I did this last time, and I'm thinking that, first of all, no, let me just consider what is the resilience I want to use. I just need to check what the rats are. We have sulfuric rats, which cast sleep when they die, and those of course are very nasty. And I don't even think there's a save to avoid it. And then we have the necrotic rats, which deal necrotic damage and piercing damage. So that settles it. I forget exactly what kind of stuff, what stuff Lyrthindor himself is packing. I think that is, I think he's doing slashing damage and necrotic damage. So no matter what, that's not the problem here. What you want is you want to just, I want in this position, I want to have resistance to piercing because I can against the rats. The Night Singer's Favor is going to grant me resistance to all of the necrotic damage that they do, and the sleep is what it is. But out of with all my coterie and all of my creatures here, I don't think this is going to be much of an issue. But I'm still going to gear up for it anyway. Could even summon the cambion. No, don't want to bother. Don't want to bother. Don't want to bother. But I do need to quickly do this, which is one of the worst things about The long rest. Now I've been accompanied by my 8-month-old baby as well, so she's giving me tips as well in the background. But she's mostly just saying destroy them all, which is not very useful. Let's just go ahead. This is not a very interesting fight in any way. I don't know if there's any bludgeoning damage, but if there was, you could equip the Amulet of the Unworthy to just dip into that thing, but it's like, oh, never mind. I don't need to bother too much. Let's just get going. And this encounter can bug just a little bit. I'm just going to do the short rest before I forget. So the a firewall positioned roughly here. Something like that. As long as you stay very close to the cracked rock, is going to protect you from the explosions that some of these guys are going to explode, sleeping you, and that would break your concentration. So if you place the firewall too close to the cracked rock, you run that risk of getting slept while concentrating, which is very bad. So if you want to go that way, that's one way of solving it. But there are many ways of solving it. For instance, like you can have a pet up here with volatile shield that can jump down and deal crushing damage to Lyrthindor. There are many weird things that you can do to solve this encounter. The worst bit, and I think that I have that in a short video somewhere on my YouTube channel, is when you get to that situation where you're fighting Lyrthindor, you're not immune to sleep, he doesn't miss his step, he shadow steps rather, and then he casts his sleep on you and you're unable to resist it. And that is going to be a run ender for sure, because then he's going to do his very, very heavy necrotic burst on you, which I think I died to at least once. Let's see here. Right, I'm just going to go and activate this. Where is the why is... Oh, there we go. Oh, right.
The rat stares at you. It almost seems like it...
It's just a regular old rat. I'm actually a little bit confused. Why do I feel like I didn't have my Luck of the Far Realms in the Myrkul fight? Suddenly, I feel a little bit like I didn't have it. I used it to paralyze the walkers. That's the reason. Thank you. That was part of the setup, the stupidest setup of a lifetime. Doing that. Hi, Quaint. Thanks for raiding. And hello, everybody coming in from Quaint's run? What were you doing, Quinn? What kind of stuff were you doing? Okay, look, like these, the new rats, they just come in at the initiative before the zombie again. Solo monk run still cleared most of the goblin camp. Yeah. The early game is horrible. Horrible. I mean, it's not horrible, but what I mean is it's super difficult. Currently, I'm turning these rats into zombies because, as we all know, squeak. If you consider the amount of bones inside of a rat corpse, if you attack this with a zombie, which applies the what is the word? Let's just see. The I can't find the name of it, but the crawling gnaw, I think it is. The zombie is going to take all of the bones of the rat, turn it into a newborn zombie. That's going to help you out with killing your enemies. So this is the logical product of attacking rats with zombies. So now you know. Biology 101, exactly. And the best part is that the new zombies also summon new zombies. Oh, okay, they don't get a turn immediately. I guess that's fair. Okay, so the thing you want to look out for is the necrotic rats. Let's see if we can find a necrotic rat. Okay, none of those spawned yet. Those are the ones that you, or the sulfuric rats. Sorry. So. Hey, really bad with my rolls this time.
No time to waste.
Yeah, thanks a lot, Quaint, for the raid. But outside of that, to anybody who didn't immediately drop out of the chat, this is my name is Hardcore Runs. I'm doing also doing solo runs in Baldur's Gate. The only rule set that I am running with is that I don't use consumables outside, probably of a couple of quest items and stuff. So that means no potions, no scrolls, anything, just whatever the character can do with the equipment and gear available. So that means I also use all of the illithid powers that I could get my hands on. Anything else goes. I just can't use any scrolls, special arrows, or anything else. And I just killed Myrkul, and currently I'm cleaning up the rest of the Act 2, and then I'm going to go to fight the monks in the astral plane to get into Act 3. That's I'm not sure that I'm going to be able to do that today, but that is the plan. That is what is next for me. And all of my stuff you can catch that either on the VOD section in Twitch if you want to, or on YouTube if you're interested to see how you could go about doing that kind of challenge run. Spoilers, it involves me talking quite a bit. Okay, let's see. Sulfuric rats. Oh, there we go. First sulfuric rat spawned over here. Oh, okay. And the necrotic rat, I think, has the extra damage. I think actually the Sophoric rats have a tendency to cast sleep even on undead, which is very silly, but can kind of put a wench in your cog at this point. And here we go, and now everybody is going to sleep. No, that was the necrotic one. Yeah. I think this is probably the most ridiculous instance of the zombie army that you're ever going to find in this game. And they don't have the undead fortitude, at least. Now they're sleeping. Look, all of the undeads are just sleeping. Yes. Oh. It's just awfully ridiculous, but it's fun nonetheless. And even if the mother/father zombie whatever dies, you know, the other zombies just carry on. Even with a -11 to initiative, they're good to go for sure. I mean, I was worried about this fight, but like I forgot to remember about the zombie trick. If you can get the zombie boss online. I mean, soon the initiative of this whole thing is going to go completely out of hand. Hope it doesn't crash the game with the amount of zombies that we'll be having. -17 to initiative. Is that some sort of thing when you have enough zombies, suddenly the initiative suffers? Meep meep. Okay, they are taking vengeance. Like I'm not even at this point, I'm not even getting my turn. I'm a little bit worried now. Where is my earth elemental, by the way? Oh. Well, Mr. Earth Elemental. I think this is going to sleep all of the rats, right? Oh, they're immune to sleeping. Fantastic. We're definitely not killing the other one. Okay, so the initiative goes down. Now it's -20, and now all of the following zombies are getting the lowest possible initiative. I'm guessing that's the mechanic. I'm just bringing in the Earth Elemental because no matter what, they can cause some serious mischief, the rats, if they are allowed to, like a lot of damage. Yeah, us is just not bringing his A game, but he's exhausted from the other fight. Like, look at this amount of summons. Like, how many do I even have? Crazy. Oh, and I forgot I need to do something. Ginger, how do you send, like, how do you cheer if you want to cheer somebody in your channel, like if I want to send like a salute or something to Quaint Myrkul, for instance, do you recall what the command is to do so? I just don't remember. It's okay. Thanks a lot. Thanks for helping me out. Oh, shout out. That's the one. We're just attacking, like, I am just going to piggyback off of all of these guys. And the Beckoning Darkness is, I forget if that is a bonus action. That is a bonus action. So that is, I think that's counted by having a light spell on, as a light spell on your weapon or anywhere else, like a light spell. So you're exposed to light. I think that's pretty much. I need to finish this, and then I need to go and fix the rest of the day. So I'm just going to kill this guy, and then I need to save the game. The blight spell is definitely, that's the blight spell is the killer. That really deals a lot of damage to you.
This is my time.
What's going on? Oh, the game is trying to deal with all of the summons here. It's a shit show. And there was the blight spell. So the resistance is on him because he's on the Blessing of Selune, so he's getting that advantage there. This is not how I want to go. And there's a newborn zombie from the corpse of Lyrthindor. Fantastic. Alright, guys, thank you very much for watching. I'm going to resend or re-raid somebody right now. And I'm going to re-rate my boy Cora Orkan. He's a Swedish guy. He's doing maybe the most disgusting challenge of all times, which is he's playing a game, and if he dies, any game, he's playing Baldur's Gate at the moment, but if he's playing any game and he dies, you have to uninstall the game and install a new game. I have no idea why he's doing this, but I am going to rate him.